Hey there viewers, welcome back. Gonna do another repair video today, or at least an attempted repair video or diagnosis anyhow. Got this 04 Buick LeSabre here, come in with a complaint of no cruise control. So we're gonna check that out. Well, sadly enough, my snap-on Veris is broke yet again. It's getting to the stupid point, snap-on. I paid around $10,000 for the scan tool. Back when it was new, it was a new wireless unit, and since then I've put in thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in repair. Who's the stupid one, me or them? Well, that's probably me. It breaks, you send it in, it's $1,300, they send it back. It's never under warranty, it's always something different. Honestly, I'm the only one that uses the tool here. It sits here on my toolbox. It doesn't get dropped, smashed, bashed, overheated, beat up. Nothing. It sits here when I need a lab scope. You know, it gets used what I would consider lightly. It's either here, or it's on my tool cart, or it's in my hand. And it breaks often. So again, I've got the Solus Ultra demo unit from the Snap-on. So we're going to use that. We've got no lab scope currently. We've got some multimeters. So if hopefully we don't need that. So we're going to plug into the cruise control, or plug into the engine computer. We're going to look at the cruise data, see if there's anything inhibiting it, and check some of the PIDs there, and just kind of take it from there. So we've got the car in the lift because we've got to do an oil change and tire rotation and other things while it's in. We're going to see if we can't figure it out while it's on the lift, and hopefully we can just do it without even going on a test drive. We'll go in here and we'll select the information. Let's see, 04 Buick LeSabre. We'll just go in here and we'll look at some data. Usually GM shows the cruise control data, accessories. So we should be able to see like brake input and possibly the cruise buttons maybe. Let's see. We'll go here and we'll pick a custom data list. There we go. Cruise control act. Oops. I forgot the buttons here. Cruise inhibit, reason, speed, and probably that's brake pedal switch. We'll look at those. You have to bear with me as I fumble through this tool. Okay, here we go. So, I guess prior to this video, I should say I just did zip up the road, without the scan tool plugged in to make sure that the cruise did not function, and it does not function. And I guess it's fair to mention that the button on the steering wheel does light up when it's toggled. So let's see, cruise control active, no. It is being inhibited according to this because the engine is not running, which makes sense. There's our brake pedal, it says it's released. Okay, so this torque converter clutch brake pedal switch, that must not be, that must be a separate switch, because we can see the inhibit reason changes as I press and release the brake pedal, so we know the brake pedal switch is working. So I guess we can get rid of that PID. That obviously does not pertain to what we're doing here. There we go. Avoid the confusion. So verifies the brake switch is working. I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Hang on. Alright, so the engine is running. It's still inactive because of vehicle speed. Brake. So I tell you what, I'm going to shut the traction control off here. I got it up on the lift. I got it about a foot off the ground. We'll put it in drive, turn the traction control off, and just see if this works. Oh, there she goes. So, okay, so I'm cruising 55 miles an hour on the lift. According to this, there's no reason it shouldn't work, so let me push the set button. Okay, we can see that the cruise switch changed to yes. Let me just hit the cancel. Where's cancel? Okay, it did, oops, I'm trying to hold my foot steady here. It's kind of hard on the lift if you've ever driven on a lift or jack stands. So I turn the cruise back on, hit the set button. So that's interesting. I don't know if you can hear it on the video or not, but I can actually hear the cruise module under the hood kick on. It makes a pretty distinct click sound. Kick it off, kick it back on, ready. Yeah, I doubt we're going to hear that on the video, but I can hear the cruise module. I'm going to step on the brake, see if it kicks off. Cruise control active, no. I didn't hit the brake. Let me get that back up there again. Cruise is set. I'm going to step on the brake. Yep, it did kick off. So that's interesting because I can hear it clicking under the hood. Put it back in park. Of course, we just set a whole bunch of ABS codes we'll have to clear. So at any rate, we can see simply just running it here on the lift, verified it down the road that it doesn't work. We can see running it on the lift that all the parameters, making it to the cruise unit, or at least to the ECM, are good and within spec. And it shows that everything theoretically should work. And I actually hear the cruise unit kicking on and off, or essentially clicking under the hood. I know it's not a good test, but I would say the next step is basically we're just we got service anyways. We'll just give it a visual inspection, and I don't know, maybe just the cable's unhooked. That's going to be kind of silly, but so I say next step is just kind of go under the hood before we do any more testing, making sure all the signals making it to the cruise module, which I assume it is. Like I said, I hear it clicking, so let's go have a visual inspection. So this here is our cruise control unit. I expected to see that it was, plugged in, obviously, because it was clicking. Just kind of wanted to look at the, look at the cable here where it routes around, where it hooks to the throttle body. It is hooked up. The cable feels tight. It's not, you can't just yank it out of the sheath. I'm going to check one other thing. Now, this is just going to come from past experience. If I remember correctly, I've seen where these the cables will be good, but inside the cruise unit there's another cable or a small chain or something or other. We'll take a look. It actually pulls this cable. I've seen those break and get jammed up where our cable tension here still feels good on the throttle body. It's actually broken here, and that's actually pretty easy to check. So I guess before we go to make sure that this is receiving all the correct inputs and signals here, we'll just kind of give it a check mechanically, because like I said, I do hear it clicking. If I remember right, these just twist off and pull. Ha-ha! Look at this. That's pretty cool. Well, there's our problem. So all we have is this little yellow tape or little yellow rope is part of our cruise control unit here, and it's actually busted. There we go. Man, it pulls super hard. It's almost like it's got some, holy cow, that pulls like really hard. So I don't know if there was an underlying problem in the cable here, so we're going to go ahead and unhook this cable. Okay, so the cable's unhooked from the throttle body. Oh, actually pulls pretty easy now, so maybe it pulls with that sort of resistance. Yeah, the cable actually feels pretty good. I could tell when I pulled on the throttle here, it's actually got some pretty good, you hear it clicking? You hear how it catches? So it has what we would consider throttle body coking, So inside this throttle body unit, it's pretty gummed up. Is that what caused this? I don't know. Certainly the added stress from, you know, trying to open that dirty throttle body could have caused that, because it's very evident to me that that's catching there. So simple enough fix. We'll go, these are probably a pretty expensive unit new. There's a zillion of these things in the junkyard. So we'll run down the road to the junkyard after we get it serviced, grab ourselves a new cruise unit, which should come with this, you know, this pull rope, I guess, for lack of a better term, you know, essentially in it. I suspect that once we get the new one, I think this will be dangling out or thereabouts, and you can see it just has a little hook that you hook on your cable, and then it actually only goes into the cable one way, so you really can't screw this job up. So yeah, well, that was a pretty simple fix. You could see just checking the scan data, and then you know, verifying that that was all good, and before getting all hog wild and digging out meters, and you know, making sure this cruise unit's receiving the proper inputs, and you know, putting out the proper outputs. Visual inspection led us right to our problem, so let's go get a cruise unit and get this thing fixed. Alright, we're down here at the junkyard. We're gonna drive around, see what we can find. I got my little list here of what it fits, and it's quite a big list of the interchange here. And it looks like we've got some Oldsmobiles, but it looks like before we even go out in the lot that we got a couple here we can check, because it says Olds Intrigue 99 to 02. We got an Olds Intrigue right here. So before we go out and get buried in the mud, let's see what year this junker is. I tell you what, let's poke around here. I think there's some Buick LeSabres over there. See if we can't find us yeah, there we go. There we go. We got a Buick LeSabre right here. This might save us the hassle of any kind of odd interchange stuff. Let's set our interchange list there. Hey, look at that. This headlight out of my way. Look at that headlight real quick. So that looks like a... Oh, she's peeing on us. Just check real quick here. Feels like it's still attached. Alright. Can't get our cable unhooked. Cable's unhooked. I unhooked the wrong cable. Oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, just wasn't pushing out. Okay. There. We'll just get this one unbolted. Of course, that toolkit I brought does not have a 10mm deep. Let's see if the 7/16 will grab it enough to... No, we tried shallow. Ah! So here's a 10mm shit. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Alright, so we can see this one looks good. So this is off this is a 2000 Buick, so I thought it was an 03. According to our chart, fits 99 to 05 LeSabres, so we should be in good shape. Alright, here we go. Well, we got our cruise unit. Should be the right one, hopefully. Looks right anyways. So I'm gonna go inside and pay for this baby, and we'll VTEC our way back to the shop. Alright, so we're back at the shop, obviously. I'm gonna swap this out, and here's the story. So I called the customer, told him what was going on. So this does have a different bracket. This one here just has this plastic bracket. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. So I spoke with him on the phone, told him what my thoughts were on the throttle body as far as how hard that pulls. And I also told him, because we did we were doing oil change and stuff at the same time, it's got a pretty substantial antifreeze leak over here on the upper intake manifold. So it was my suggestion to him to change the upper intake manifold, obviously to fix this coolant leak, and at the same time we'll clean the throttle body then. So he's going to come back. He can't do it today, so he's going to come back on that. So I'm going to skip cleaning the throttle body currently because you got to pull the throttle body, you got to clean it. There is time involved. It would be beneficial to him to just do it at the later date, a week or two from now, whenever he brings it back. Because you got to take this off. There's coolant behind it. It's not as simple as just reaching through the front, because these have the airflow meter on the front. They got that little air diffuser grate thing there. So I think that's what we're going to do. I know some people will disagree with it, saying that you should clean it now, but it'll be fine. It's not like he's going to use the cruise control a million times between now and then. We'll it'll be all right. So we got that hooked back up. We'll hook up our cable on the throttle body. Hook that up. We'll plug it in. I'll stick this back on. I had this all taken off in anticipation of cleaning that, but after giving it some further thought, well, I've shared my ideas with you, so oops, put it on the right way. We'll go take it for a test drive. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Right, get her up to 30, turn the cruise on, hit the set button, let's see what happens. Hey, we're cruising. Well, it seems to be holding steady here. So that's a good thing. Of course, I'm pretty much sure that was going to work. And it was physically broken, so tap on the brakes, make sure it kicks off. We are reducing its speed, and we'll just set it again to be sure. So the set works, make sure the resume Excel function works. That seems to be working. Fogging up the windows in here. What kind of self-made auto repair video would it be without a test drive with a car that has no gas? Alright viewers, that's going to do it for me. So thanks for watching. It's a super easy fix. And maybe if the cruise on your Buick doesn't work and you don't have a scan tool, you can just, well, go check your cable and see if it's broke at the cruise unit. Pretty likely. I've seen it before. It's kind of one of the main reasons I went there and just checked it this time. Just a simple visual inspection. We got this one fixed, and pretty cheap part from the salvage yard. So anyhow, I hope this video gives you some help working on your Buick and fixing your cruise, or maybe you just watched it for the entertainment. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and remember viewers, if I can do it, you can do it.